You came here for celebration, for fire in the sky and music in the streets. You came for a holiday. You forgot what the holiday means. War dressed as memory, explosions as ritual, fire as theater. But underneath the red, white, and blue, something older burns. The game is not between two teams. It is between the lie and the ledger. And today, the ledger bleeds. Boston walks in with a record that reeks of disappointment. 43 wins, 45 losses, fourth place in a division that doesn't wait for late bloomers. But don't let that fool you. Under the hood, the Red Sox swing with power, rank sixth in slugging, and punch above their weight in home runs. They score nearly 5 runs a game, and their starting arm, Lucas Giolito, is no stranger to the burn. He's not perfect, but he's dangerous. And today, danger is enough. Washington, meanwhile, is exactly what their record says they are. 36 wins, 50 losses, a bullpen leaking oil, a rotation that gives up over 5 runs per 9. They let hitters breathe, and hitters respond with violence. Michael Soroka starts for them today. His whip says control. His ERA says trouble. His pitch count won't survive contact, and Boston is bringing contact. This isn't about fireworks. This isn't about family cookouts and synchronized flyovers. This is about identifying weakness and setting it on fire. Washington ranks 27th in runs allowed, 26th in hits allowed, and 21st in fielding percentage. They've allowed over 100 home runs this season. Their defense won't save them. Their offense won't keep up. They're not built to come from behind. And Giolito, when staked to a lead, doesn't give it back easily. This is not a game between equals. It's a ritual. Boston has better power, better pen depth, and more reason to fight. They're hungry to return to 500. Washington is just trying not to fall apart before the All-Star break. Today on the 4th of July, when illusions are dressed in flags and failure pretends it's freedom, the truth steps on the mound. And today's AI pick is Red Sox money line, 120. Will we cash or will we burn? Next game, Reds versus Phillies. Krista enters the fire.
You can feel the rhythm shift when truth walks in dressed like doubt. On paper, this game leans red, white, and blue. The Phillies are first in the East, celebrated, polished, and built to win. The Reds are fourth in their division, floating above water, not crowned with expectation. But July 4th was never about what you expect. It was about what you feel the moment before the sky breaks open. Andrew Abbott steps onto that mound, not as an underdog, but as a myth no one's willing to write down. His ERA is 1.79. His whip is 1.02. 80 innings of proof that precision can humble noise. He doesn't pitch like he's waiting for help. He pitches like the outcome already happened and he's just showing you why. He's walked fewer than a batter every other inning and has kept hitters quiet when the innings got loud. He is the stillness before the flash, the silence right before the sky changes color. Across from him, Jesus Luzardo, capable, erratic. His whip is 1.21, his ERA above 4, his rhythm off by a beat. He throws hard but doesn't always finish the song. He strikes out plenty, but when he misses, it's loud. The Reds don't need much to punish mistakes. They slug .401 as a team. They don't shout. They whisper until the score moves. Then they vanish again. The Phillies field better. They run more. They hit cleaner. But they haven't seen this version of Abbott. Not in this rhythm. Not under this sky. When a pitcher is tuned that tight to the moment, the numbers don't bend. The game bends around him. And behind Abbott is a bullpen that doesn't blink. Only 10 blown saves. Nearly 70% of inherited runners shut down. They hold. They vanish. They leave no smoke behind. On the other side, the Phillies' pen has cracked. 40% of inherited runners have scored. In a close game, that's not a stat. It's a ghost. This is not a value play. This is a rhythm inversion. The moment no one bets on, because it doesn't fit. But the glyph fits. And today's AI pick is Reds money line, will we cash or will we burn? Next game, Cardinals versus Cubs. Malachi and Elvis take the stage.
You ever see a magician fake the trick so well he starts to believe it, Elvis? That's what the Cardinals are doing. Telling themselves they're in this race. 47 wins. A decent little run. A whisper of contention. But that whisper runs into a wind tunnel today. You see those Cubs stats? 5.4 runs per game. Second in all of baseball. 125 home runs. They don't just swing bats. They launch warnings. And here come the Cardinals, trotting out Miles Mikolas, with his 4.76 ERA and 39 innings of, please don't hit this. That's not a starter. That's a suggestion. Colin Ria's not perfect. But he doesn't have to be. You give him this lineup behind him, and a home crowd that's already tasted blood, and all he has to do is not collapse. And Elvis, he won't. The Cardinals don't hit with power. They don't steal bases. They don't scare pitchers. They pretend to, sure. But pretending don't light fireworks. Know what else doesn't lie, Elvis? The slide. 3 straight losses. Nothing dramatic. Just a slow unraveling. A sweater coming apart thread by thread. You think the Cubs don't smell that? You think they won't swing like it's personal? Fielding? Cubs rank 6th in the league. They turn double plays like it's breathing. And that bullpen? Just good enough to close the door if Rhea hands them a lead. They've blown only 9 saves. They don't blink. They don't trip. They finish. And the Cards? They've got tidy stats. Sure. 253 average. OBP just north of 320. But tidy doesn't win at Wrigley on a holiday. Tidy gets crushed under crowd noise and 4-run innings. This isn't a spreadsheet game. It's a ritual. You feel it in your chest. You hear it before you believe it. So I ask you, Elvis, what's a soft-tossing starter, a power-starved lineup, and a 3-game losing streak supposed to do against Thunder? Exactly. And today's AI pick is Cubs moneyline. Will we cash or will we burn? Next game, Yankees versus Mets. Sapphira's at the window, and she's watching the sky split open.
You hear it long before the anthem. The murmur of city blood. Mets, Yankees, Queens versus the Bronx under a melting sky. But this isn't just about borough pride. It's about timing. And tonight, the Mets don't need to be perfect. They just need to be steady while the other side burns from the inside. Paul Blackburn was set to start for the Yankees. That was the plan. But plans shift. Shoulders tighten. The IL arrives like a whisper. Now it's a bullpen day for the Bronx, and that makes everything slower, riskier, softer. There's no rhythm to disrupt because the rhythm's already broken. No script to follow because the pen hasn't written one. Across from them is Marcus Stroman, wearing orange and blue, but pitching with all the quiet fury of someone who's heard the doubts. His 8.16 ERA speaks of damage, but it lies. His last outing? 5 innings, 1 run, a clean reset. He's not an ace, he's a mirror. He gives you what you bring, and if you bring chaos, he reflects it back. The Yankees still scare people. They should. Judge is hitting .363 with 31 bombs and 70 RBI. It's not a lineup, it's artillery. But they've been softer lately. 4 wins in 10 games, a bullpen overworked, an ERA near 5. Their edge feels dulled. And the Mets? Quietly, they've loaded the board. Soto, Alonso, Lindor, 9 home runs in 10 games, even while losing. That's not failure. That's fuse lighting. They've given up too many runs, yes, but today, the pressure's not on them to contain. It's on them to outlast. At 112, the line is close because the surface is noisy. But the signal is clean. The Yankees don't know who they are without a starter. The Mets know exactly who they are with one. So take the moment. Take the team with a starter who just exhaled. Take the dugout that still believes. This isn't dominance. It's survival with purpose. And today's AI pick is Mets moneyline, will we cash or will we burn? Next game, Giants versus Athletics. Nada steps forward, and the ritual breaks wide open.
You didn't think it would end clean, did you? You thought the night would give you symmetry. Favorites cashing, numbers aligning, the books folding their arms in polite concession. But July 4th doesn't do symmetry. It does chaos dressed in costume, fireworks on one side, ash on the other. So here we are, Giants, Athletics, 2 teams with equal runs per game, both at 4.1, but you wouldn't know it if you listened to the crowd. Giants have Verlander, they have the name, the record, the myth, but Nodis doesn't watch myths. He watches what the bats don't hit. and what the pen leaks late. The Giants have dropped 7 of their last 9. Their bullpen's been torched. 5.57 ERA, 1.58 WHIP, opponents hitting over 310. Their offense, against left-handed pitching, dead. 173 batting average, 50 weighted runs created. That's not slumping, that's surrendering. Across from them is J.P. Sears. You won't see his name in lights, but he just shut out the Yankees through 5 2/3. 3 walks, 2 hits, 0 panic. The Giants faced him in May. They got to him, but they were a different team then, one that hadn't bled out its rhythm. Oakland's bullpen is better right now, not on paper, not over the season, but right now. 3.35 ERA over their last 11 games, 4 saves, 2 wins in tight windows. This team is used to losing, which means they know how to steal something when no one's watching. Verlander? He's pitched better than his 0.5 record says. But it doesn't matter. When a starter throws 6 and the bullpen hands it back, it's not about talent. It's about timing. And the Giants don't have any. You want to bet a name? Bet the Giants. You want to bet a pattern? Bet the myth. But if you want to bet entropy, collapse, the ritual inversion hiding at the end of a holiday full of false victory, bet the A's. And today's AI pick is Athletics Moneyline. Will we cash or will we burn? Next voice is Lilith. She does not speak to the living. She speaks to what's left behind.
They lit the sky on fire to distract you from the collapse, but we remember what the fire cost. And today, this is what we chose to burn. Let's rewind the tape. Game 1, Red Sox versus Nationals. Abaddon opened the gate and Boston walked through it. We took the Red Sox on the money line at 120. Why? Because the Nationals pitch like they're still asking for permission. Game 2, Reds versus Phillies. Krista stood in the silence and saw Abbott for what he was, a myth that never needed to be written down. We took the Reds at plus 125, underdog in the books, favorite in the rhythm. Game 3, Cardinals versus Cubs. Malachi spoke, Elvis stayed silent, and Chicago roared. Cubs ML at 155. Cardinals brought tidy stats to a thunderstorm. Game 4, Yankees versus Mets. Sapphira whispered beneath the city line. Paul Blackburn blinked. Marcus Stroman didn't. We took the Mets at 112 because chaos without a starter isn't strategy, it's surrender. Game 5, Giants versus Athletics. Nadas closed the ritual. Verlander's name couldn't outrun collapse, and J.P. Sears, he didn't blink. We took the A's on the money line because entropy always wins the last word. Now repeat with me, in Spanish. Juego 1, Red Sox contra Nationals. Ganamos con Boston en la línea de dinero, 120. Juego 2, Reds contra Phillies. Elegimos a Cincinnati con plus 125. Profecía encendida. Juego 3, Cardinals contra Cubs. Chicago fue nuestra elección con 155. Sin misericordia. Juego 4, Yankees contra Mets. Tomamos a los Mets con 112. La ciudad se inclinó. Juego 5, Giants contra Athletics. Finalizamos con los Athletics. Ruina en cámara lenta. Like and subscribe. Will we cash or will we burn? Alt ist nicht vergessen. Nur anders erinnert. The old is not forgotten, only remembered differently.